Hey guys, Thinking here, bringing on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we have got the new release of the second stage of the Cell Max event. This is one of those events that when it came out on JP, I didn't really look into it all that much, so I've not played it at all, like on the private server or the JP version of the game or anything like that, so I don't really know what to expect from it. I know that you can seal him in one of the phases. I remember like people talking about it, but I've deliberately tried not to, look into it too much. The one thing I've only just noticed though, which I feel like, is this not a glitch? Oh no, I suppose it's only senzu beans, isn't it? No, it isn't. You can use 4 items, and apparently I can use any items I want. Because wasn't it on stage 1, couldn't you only use a senzu bean? So like, I know people were saying on JP that this stage is difficult, but like, if you can use 4 items and a support memory, then it can't be that difficult. I wonder if that is a bug for global. JP players, let me know down below. But I decided we are just going to be very, very cheeky here and just go all out with the superhero team that is full LRs, all the new units. We got Beast Gohan, we got UI Goku, like basically we got everybody on the team here. If I float off UI, then we won't have him on turn 5. So, but there's a Beast in slot 7, so I guess I might as well float off Beast Gohan. You wouldn't normally be floating off Beast Gohan in most situations, but the other Beast Gohan is going to be coming into this turn anyway, so I suppose I might as well. Now, I imagine that this team is going to find this stage very easy, but of course, this is a very powerful team. I'm not expecting everyone to be able to recreate this team, so we probably will do a few different runs depending on how we get on. 180 from a normal for the Tech UI Goku is pretty crazy though. That's with him having 50% damage reduction and being post super. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, Cell Max definitely seems like he can hit you quite hard. He's going to super attack Vegeta straight away. How much is this going to do with Vegeta having no build up so far? Okay, 130k. That's because the Blue Evolution Vegeta is the absolute GOAT. But alright, so Beast Gohan didn't get hit first, so obviously doesn't have the buff. He is a Rainbow friend though, so he's obviously going to be perfectly fine in slot 3. And then we have HL UI Goku's Revival available. That's kind of funny. I guess we'll do this, because we want to take as little damage as possible. And physical Gogeta does at least have guard on this turn, right? So we'll do that. Get a little bit of HP back with the same type orbs. You can't lower attack in this phase, so the blue duo, ideally we just get additional supers so they get their defense up. We did get a few rainbow orbs, so they've got decent damage reduction. But yeah, we'll see how we go here. All the additional supers will mean quite a lot in terms of getting these defense raises, because all the defense raises on top of the damage reduction they have should be enough for them to be able to tank normals despite type disadvantage. But obviously if they eat a super from this guy, that would be very bad, I'm sure. But that's why I put them in the slot where there's only 1 attack, in the hopes that that is not going to be the super. But they got quite a lot of supers off here. So their raw defense pretty high, plus damage reduction. Yep, double digits, that's good. UI Goku, of course, has guaranteed dodge because this is his first turn. I probably should have floated him so we could get the 2 UIs together, but I guess it is what it is. Yeah, we get the additional with Goku, which of course means guaranteed crit. There's a 50% chance to crit on his super attack effect stacks. So, I mean, this guy has a lot of HP. We're like 2 turns almost fully finished our first 2 rotations, and we haven't taken 1 of his health bars off yet. Oh, sorry, 2. A full 2. We've just taken the full 2 off. So yeah, bro has a lot of HP. Goes to Super UI Goku, which is obviously perfect for us because we get the guaranteed dodge. And then Gogeta here, obviously getting the additionals. We got the Rainbow Orb for him, so he should be able to get a couple of supers off here. Getting the additional normal is not great, but he does have guard, so hopefully he should be okay. Mine Gogeta is only 55%, so 70k, eh? There's a dodge. Alright, so my Gogeta and my UI Goku and my Beast Gohan are all 55%. So let's... I don't want to float you off because of the losing out on the transformation. So I do want to get him 24 ki though, because we get the extra attack. So we'll do that. We'll do that. Can I get you 24 ki? No. So we might as well just give you as many orbs as possible. There we go. And then have UI Goku get his attack off here. Take UI Goku, like, this is only my second time using him. I literally have made the 55% showcase, which went up on the channel earlier, and now this is the first of all the new event stuff that I'm recording today. You can see his big weakness definitely lies, I talked about it in the 55% video, but we didn't actually really get that situation come up, is him not dodging when you're in base is obviously really bad. But once he gets to the transformed version, obviously he goes absolutely insane. This is probably the first event I've actually seen where Beast Gohan, especially post-Super, actually takes damage. So, Cell Max, definitely no joke. Hitting very, very hard, got loads of HP. Fortunately, we do have a couple of revival units on the team, so we should be okay. Obviously, having Gohan with the target ability to use at some point as well, we should be good. But yeah, man, there's a lot of HP this guy has. Okay, so yeah, Beast slot 1 is probably the way to go. I didn't float the Tech UI in the end, so we might as well get the AGL one floated off. Not going to use his active skill just yet. Although he's super attacked in slot 2 loads of times already. Although I guess we do have the revive up, so it's not the end of the world if he does it again. I should have used their active skill. It's only they only get the extra damage reduction one time, so I should have used it. I didn't realise because it was on such low HP. I didn't even think about it. Absolutely should have popped the Blue Evolution and Vegeta active skill, but because it gives them a defense debuff, I can always use it on the turn where I'm going to use Beast Gohan's active skill, so then it saves them from getting hit. Because the reason why you want to use it on the turn where it's available is because that same turn, you're also getting their 70% extra damage reduction for the turn. So you kind of want to combine, like, mitigating that defense loss from their active skill with the massive damage reduction buff they get, and that's one turn only. So they're not going to get that buff again after this. So we have to make sure that if we are going to use their active skill, because they get a big defense buff, that we then are like protecting them by having like Beast Gohan take the super. I mean, the thing is, they got a couple of supers off here. We got 3 rainbow orbs, so they have like 91% damage reduction, so they should still survive a super, but we are on quite low HP, and they got type disadvantage. But I mean, 91% damage reduction is a lot, and their raw defense is quite high now as well after all these supers. Plus we can lower attack now, so wait, I'm very confused. Am I tripping? This is what I get for not playing the event and not looking into it properly ahead of time. Because yeah, we can lower attack now. I swear we couldn't lower attack in the first turn, and now we can. Have I missed something? Am I stupid? Probably. Okay, so we'll do this. Get ourselves a nice heal. It's unfortunate that UI Goku we get the 100% chance to dodge on the transformation turn, but he's not really going to get a lot of opportunities to do much here, which is a shame. So we'll do this. Transform, get the old domain buff here, which also buffs Gogeta with the extra buff because of Realm of Gods. Do I want to make sure? I probably do want to make sure Gogeta's protected, so maybe I should do this. There's only one extra link for Goku, so yeah, I think I should do this. Because then at least Beast Gohan gets to take those first 2 hits, and then that does keep Gogeta protected. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll do this, and then grab those for you. So we should get some big damage on this turn. UI Goku obviously not going to get any buffs or anything because he's not going to get any dodges before attacking. We also don't get any dodges at all during the turn, no counters, which is annoying because you want him to start dodging and building up his passive. So there's a lot of characters we've seen with these interactions lately where, like, if you're using a target ability, you're then obviously stopping another character on the rotation from taking hits or getting dodges or whatever it is they need to build up parts of their passive. But obviously on this turn, especially because Gogeta's in slot 3, he does have a 70% chance to dodge, but I was just a little bit worried about all those attacks that he would be taking. So, plus because there's no attacks in slot 1, by using Beast Gohan's target ability and putting him in slot 3, putting him in slot 2, that allows him to get hit before he attacks, because otherwise he wouldn't get hit before he attacks because there were no attacks at the start of the turn. So that does help out a little bit with dealing the damage. And then, yeah, Gogeta's free to get some attacks off here. Effective against all types. He's getting the extra buff from UI Goku's domain, so he can do some good damage here. We did get Rainbow Orb for him, so he's going to get a couple of supers off. And we should do a decent bit of damage overall. And then we'll end up with the... we've got Blue Evolution Vegeta. I think on the next turn, he should have his domain condition ready as well, I think. So we're looking pretty good here in terms of not being able to die, at least straight away. But yeah, we should be okay. So yeah, the thing I need to look... I should have looked into the event in more detail before I started, but like... One of the things I remember people saying from like the JP version is that in certain... I thought you could only stun or... You could only seal him or attack lower him in like the second phase or something, but he's just one phase that's all STR, at least so far. So... I don't know if like I've just missed something. I'm trying to have a look for it now on Dokkan info, which of course does make the game slow down like quite a bit. But yeah, stage 2, Horrendous Calamity. It is just one phase, but so he does change between the phases, I guess. I don't really know. There's like a thing here that says 0 left as well in the top left corner, but he's got like 3 sets of stats. So, I don't really understand how that works. I probably should have just read the event info better, but you know, Dragon Ball fan and all that. So, oh my god, look at all of this. I mean, there's no reason to even use use the target ability here or anything, is there? Like, we just do this, get a load of attack lowering, then we do this, and then we do this. Because, yeah, the Rainbow Friend Beast Gohan, after attacking against a Cell Max that's about to get attack lowered multiple times again. I should have read it properly, like I said. We'll take a look at the event info once we get to the end. But it is only one phase. So I guess, is it like every few turns his abilities change or something? I don't know. We'll see when we look at the info. But the fact that he can be attack lowered now, maybe it is just literally like the first 2 turns or whatever it is. He has a buff that you can't... that then stops him from like being able to be attack lowered and sealed and whatnot, but he can be sealed now as well as being attack lowered. So I guess once you get past those first couple of turns, the event then becomes a lot easier, because I mean, look at all these guys getting off all of these supers. Like, his attack is just absolutely nerfed into the ground at this point. And then we've got Rainbow Beast Gohan post super, probably not going to be taking any damage here, even if he takes a super as like the first attack of the turn. So Beast Gohan here, going to be able to do a little bit of damage. Fortunately, the friend has dupes, so is able to get an additional, although it was only a normal. He dodged. So the friend actually has some dodge. That's crazy. Dodged the super. And then we're just going to eat all the normals for double-digit damage. That's great. And then Blue Evolution Vegeta, considering he only shares a couple of links with Beast Gohan, with thanks to the domain from Tech UI, he's still hitting a 21 million attack stat here, and then additionally into 13. So we're pretty good. And then of course Tech UI is basically unable to like sell us out in the next turn because we've got AGL. Actually no, it's an HP restriction for AGL UI Goku, isn't it? So we won't have AGL UI Goku's revival available. So we'll see. But I mean, with how attack lowered he's been, I can't imagine he's going to be able to do a lot of damage here. Still no attacks in slot 1 though. This is crazy. Mans just will not attack me in slot 1, I guess. So we'll active skill with you. I mean, this is going to be all she wrote for Cell Max here. Grab those for you, and then those for you. Because even if he's not dead by the time Tech UI Goku has done his attacks, Tech UI Goku is then potentially going to get all of those counters at the end as well. So, obviously Tech UI Goku, once transformed, gives all allies like 59% attack and defense when he supers. So in terms of overall damage dealing, it would make more sense to put UI Goku in slot 1, but obviously we don't need to worry about that here, because I think we're going to be fine. 26 million for AGL UI Goku. So big damage coming in from you, additional super. Yep, gets the guaranteed crit on this as well. 17.7 on his additional super. So that's pretty good. And then we get the hidden potential as well. So we're up to 19. And then we just need Tech UI Goku to potentially finish him off here as well. Tech UI Goku, mine's 55%. He's got like 3 additional in the hidden potential from a silver level 3 dodge. There's 3 additional 3 dodge skill orb. But it's the counters that have the potential to finish him off here. Well, he actually got... Oh no, he gets an additional 24 key, doesn't he, when he's transformed. So... Come on, give me that level 3 additional as well. Let's go. No, but then we're going to start getting some counters. Remember that counters are actually, is it triple what it shows on the attack stat? So it's like a 9 million attack stat counter. Actually slightly more than that. And then, yeah, there's the crits. Takes double digits if he doesn't dodge. And then there's that final counter to actually finish him off. So... This team, absolutely ridiculous. But there you go. So the second stage of Cell Max. I mean, I could see this being very tough with other teams for sure. I mean, we did use a crazy team. I mean, at the end of the day, right, as much as I do have Beast Gohan, you know, Gogeta, UI, Goku, they're only 55% for me. So it shows you just how powerful these characters are. Like, if you got all of these guys from the anniversary and the UI Goku banner from today, and you pulled dupes, like, obviously this team is very, very powerful. And we managed to do a couple of the missions here. We were going for, obviously, the beating the stage for the first time, and then beating it in the... oh yeah, that gives you the wallpaper. And then the special conditions is the Super AGL Tech in Physical and STR. The crazy one is beat it within 6 turns. I don't know how many turns that was for us, but it was definitely more than 6. But yeah, let's take a look. On stage 2... we'll activate various skills, but it will stop using skills after a certain number of turns have passed. Okay, so depending on Cell's remaining HP, his super attack will have additional effects or be able to deal more damage. So basically for the first couple of turns you can't attack lower or steal, but then you can, so then he becomes a lot easier. Well, anyway, it was definitely easy with that team. There is a mission for an extreme types as well, so I'm going to try that out here. We will jump into that one next. Right, so for the extreme mission with 1 unit of each typing, we are going to be using the Broly team. Extreme STR is definitely, when it comes to these missions that have been added during the anniversary, getting the extreme STR, like a good extreme STR option, has probably been the biggest issue for any of these missions. So we're bringing Cooler because he can infinitely stack, and obviously later on, once we are able to actually attack lower Cell Max, we will be able to do that. So we're going to go ahead and use a Ghost Usher here to get rid of all the attacks. Oh, great. Get rid of all the attacks from the first turn, so we don't have to worry about Cooler. This mission, I feel like, could be very, very difficult to do with no items. The Boo team is a good option for this, but again, with Extreme STR, you're looking at having to use, like, Fat Boo. And I did have a couple of attempts with the Boo team before deciding to use the Super Bosses team. And like, even if you're, you know, if you get unlucky and you can only pick up like 5 or 6 STR orbs with Fat Boo, he's still taking a ridiculous amount of damage. If he gets supered, he still gets one shot. So some luck is definitely involved, but I mean, I guess we're talking about whether you're really caring about doing it with no items or not, which I imagine most people will not be, especially when it comes to these category missions. When it comes to the category missions, you can use items, or I guess this isn't a category, it's the one of each extreme typing, but you can use items. So I would honestly say your best bet is to just use items, because you can. I mean, obviously if you want to get that extra challenge, go for the no item run, but definitely no reason to actually do it, other than, you know, for the extra challenge, right? So I'm going to go ahead and throw up a Whis here. We've brought the Robo Guide item, because obviously once we get into the stages where you can attack lower, we can use that as a Ghost Usher and then a massive attack nerf for the next turn. And then of course that gives Cooler, you know, that activates his passive where he can get the additional attacks against a character who is attack lowered, so that's going to help him out. And then basically the goal is to just kind of set up the double Broly rotation and see how we get on. So Zamasu here with the Whis active and type advantage. Yeah, not going to take a lot of damage from that, because he has a little bit of his own damage reduction already. Of course, so does Golden Frieza. So with the Whis active on turn 1, Golden Frieza will just take double digit damage from everything. So that activates his buff ready for the next turn. Then we'll have to get him floated off, because ideally we want to get the double Broly rotation with Golden Frieza. And that's where we have the potential to then do an absolute truckload of damage with Broly. In fact, if I'd brought the Chilai item instead of one of the other items, we could potentially have gone for the 6 turns thing. Although I wouldn't recommend trying the 6 turns thing on the same attempt as doing the one of each type for Extreme, right? Because you're already building the team in a certain way to meet that condition. You're not going like all out for attack power, because you're having to run a unit of each typing you wouldn't necessarily run. But I mean, we could potentially get it done. Like, double Broly rotation does do an absolutely insane amount of damage. So with a Chilai item for the full power Broly in slot 1, like, the kind of damage that he could do would be pretty ridiculous. So I guess we'll see. But obviously by flowing off this other Broly, he gets the extra attack in slot 2. I mean, you can see compared to the superclass run, we'd already taken off like 2 bars of his HP at this point. So it definitely makes a pretty significant difference. We can get 2 rainbow orbs for you there. So we'll grab those for you. Get the 2 rainbow orbs for Rose. We've still got the Whis active on this turn as well, so we should be perfectly fine here anyway. Broly gets a bit of extra key in slot 1, so we still get the 18 key supers off. And then we should be looking good. I haven't yet bought the dupe for Rose. I'm not going to do any more summons on the UI Goku banner. I got my 1 copy off the tickets, so I'm not going to spend any stones. I'm going to buy 1 copy of Rose with the red coin, so he's at 90%. Only because the difference between 90% and Rainbow is not that much. And obviously the next time he comes back on a banner, he would be a dead pull for me if I'd bought the 2 copies and got him to Rainbow. So as much as I do want to see that nice Rainbow star on my team selection, I probably will just get the 1 copy just to give him that little bit of an extra boost, as I am a fan of physical Rose, but I'm not going to be going back on the banner at all. I've got 2 copies of Dispo as well, so pretty happy with how the summons went, considering we got all of that stuff off of the tickets and I don't have to touch my stones, especially because Topo could be coming out literally in like a week's time. So, and not long after him it'll be the worldwide celebration, so saving stones as much as possible is the way to go. So let's see how we get on here. Rose getting a couple of extra attacks off. The more the better, of course. The more attacks he does, the more he builds up his passive, and the more supers he does, the even more build up from the super attack effect. But we do have a Whis active, so even after he's attacked, he keeps some of his start turn damage reduction, and we have the Whis damage reduction as well. So he has 70% once he's done attacking here. So with the amount that he's able to build his defense up to, he should be okay. And then yeah, by getting the supers off, it's just more and more defense. Has the links, including big bad bosses with Tech Zamasu. So his raw defense should be looking pretty good here now. And then yeah, with 70% damage reduction as well. So, and guard on his first turn, of course, as well. So he takes basically double-digit damage. And then Tech Zamasu with a Whis active basically can't take damage either. So good rotation here. I always say, like, you know, we do know item challenges and stuff on the channel all the time, but when it comes to these categories, or like where you have to build a team in a specific way, like sometimes using items is just the best way to make sure you can get through some of these tougher stages. So Cell Max's passive has now been updated, so now he can be stunned and sealed. So we are going to float off Frieza. I guess we might as well do this, right, so we get the extra links. But we can go ahead and Robo Guide. So now we Ghost Usher, and we also give him the massive attack nerf ready for the next turn. But he gets the attack nerf now as well. So that means that he now counts as being attack lowered, which obviously procs STR Cooler's passive. It's just crazy. I forgot about, like I said at the beginning of the video, right, about you being able to use 4 items. And I guess, like, that is the reason, like, I don't think there could be a mission for beating him in 6 turns if you couldn't use items. I guess if you have, like, Beast and the new UI and stuff like that rainbowed, but I mean, I don't know. I forget how many turns it was that we beat the first, like in the first clip, beating the superclass mission. But yeah, Cooler not getting any additional supers, great, but we still get a little bit of extra attack lowering. The Robo Guide is a 66% attack lower as well, so huge amount of attack lowering for this guy. And then yeah, we can go ahead and do this. And now we should be able to go pretty ham. Yeah, like imagine if I had a Chilai item for this turn and we changed the physical orbs into AGL. get all these ones like up the side here. That would be very, very good. But can I get more rainbow orbs to come down for Rose? It does not seem like I can, which is annoying. But it is what it is. He's 66% attack lowered. I don't know if I need to do anything more than that. So, I mean, I don't know how much damage Broly would take from slot 1 super, I guess. But normal attacks, he's so attack lowered now by the item that he's not going to be able to do damage. And then double Broly rotation means some big numbers here from our boy. How much damage is he doing? Because yeah, I mean, we're not going to get this. Yeah, we're not going to get the 6 turns mission with this team build, clearly. Especially not like without a Chilai item or something. I can only imagine a rotation of like the double Broly within Golden Frieza in slot 3, and then you manage to get like an orb change where you change the entire field of orbs to AGL for Broly with the Chilai item, so that then he's doing the like 23 orbs worth of that extra attack buff. Like, that would be absolutely insane. So, alright, so Broly gonna get some attacks off here, do a whole bunch of damage, and then of course we have the TUR Broly as well still to go after this. Additional supers up to 18 million for the full power Broly. So, I mean, we're able to do a decent bit of damage, but you can see like Cell Max has a lot of HP. He has a lot of defense. The big problem is going to be the longevity of the team, right? Because that's why, I mean, I guess it's another reason why it's good that we have 4 items, because we could quite easily get to turn like 7 or 8 and then just get caught out by a super or something. So having the items here is going to be super beneficial for us. We've only just gotten him down to almost being on half HP. My air cooler thing is now beeping, which means I have to go turn it off. But I want to wait for the turn to finish playing out so I can actually pause the recording. But 14 million for the TUR Broly here now as well. So yeah, 5 million no crit, and then Rose going to get some attacks off as well. I might as well just turn it off while Rose's busy attacking. What are you going to get on a super? Double digits, of course. Not often Chair-chan makes an appearance in a recorded video, not on the stream, but there you go. So, Rose getting some attacks off here. Not a lot of crits though, so not a lot of damage, but he's fine regardless. And then, I mean, realistically, I could just do the same thing again, but I mean, why not, I suppose? Just do this again. Fusion Zamasu lowers attack on one of his supers as well, so no need to transform Cooler. He would do a little bit more damage, but we want to keep the attack lowering more than anything else. And then next turn, Cell Max's attack is going to be nerfed enough that we don't need to worry. Because yeah, this is turn 6, right? So we'd have to beat him on this turn if we want to beat the mission. Now, considering how much damage the double Brolys actually did, it does make me wonder if with the Chilai item we would be able to get it done. But again, I would, if I was going for the beat it in 6 turns, I probably just wouldn't bring a certain few of these units, right? So trying to do the 6 turns and the extreme unit of each typing at the same time, I think is not worth attempting, right? So we'll do this. Frieza has a bit of damage reduction still with the turns passing, so I think we probably could just go ahead and, well, he's attack lowered as well. The problem is more so just the it's not the attack lowering, because the normals will be fine, it's the super attack that could still do big damage. So, but he's going to super in slot 1. So now with that 66 minus attack, plus Cooler's of super attack effects, and the Barber item, Princess Snake, Broly obviously not going to take any damage. And then thanks to the support from Golden Frieza, he's at a 27 million attack stat here. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Cell Max has a ton of HP. I think someone said in the stream earlier today that each one of his HP bars is 30 million HP. Which is kind of crazy. Like, you can see there, we're doing 10 mil. If we crit again and do another 10, that's Broly 3 supers to take off 1 HP bar. Like, that definitely is pretty crazy. That's a huge amount of HP. I guess we could have made things a little bit easier on ourselves as well by bringing somebody on the team who seals. And characters, remember characters like the Broly Trio, Physical Goku Black. Risky because they're physical characters, but once you get to the point where you can start lowering Cell Max's attack, then obviously they're going to come in really handy with all of that attack lowering. Because, yeah, we're not going to finish him off here, which is why it's a good thing we've got the other items. But, man, this team is able to get through, but I feel like we definitely needed the help. I don't know how well this attempt specifically would have gone if we hadn't been using items, but I mean, STR Cooler obviously is a huge liability without items there to protect him. So that's something we would have had to have been very wary of. But because I mean, even if we do hit him with a few attack lowers, like if we're doing a no item run, even if we do hit him with a few attack lowers, if he super attacks STR Cooler, I mean, that's just instant GG, right? Golden Freezer Star. Okay, once you get past a certain number of turns, he can actually be stunned as well. Okay, well, I mean, that's good for us. But let's keep Rosé on rotation. Do this. I mean, I guess we might as well transform you now. Just try and do as much damage as possible. I can't remember the last time I transformed AGL Zamasu. I don't really run Zamasu all that often, like, on the Super Bosses team anymore, so... Because obviously Broly kind of takes the spot of if you need an AGL character, you'd just be running Broly, so... But yeah, Rosé, even not transformed, obviously does get the benefit of having these buffs from the domain, from Broly, and then, of course, we didn't need to use an item this turn because we got the stun from Frieza. It's definitely an interesting type of event, right? Like, it's really difficult in, like, the first 3 turns. And as soon as you get to turn 4, and he can be sealed and attack lowered, like, the event would become incredibly easy from that point onwards. Like, I wonder how well the Tech Vegeta, like, Super Saiyan's team would probably do really, really well in this event. Because, I mean, Tech Vegeta seals. So once you get past the first couple of turns, Tech Vegeta's your slot 1 unit. You're just sealing him every turn. And then he'll just never, from turn 3 onwards, he'll never be able to super you unless he supers in slot 1 on turn 3. Because if Vegeta's in slot 1, he's sealing, and then the next turn, the other Vegeta's just sealing him again. So he just never gets to do any damage to you. So that would certainly be quite crazy. Should I just transform the other Broly? It'll be an interesting setup here. I think I will. So transform the other Broly, and then what items do we actually have left? Oh, we still have a Ghost Usher, so I'm just going to use that. In fact, I might as well transform Cooler. Why not? Get all the transformations out there, why not? So, transform Cooler, max key for Broly's. Obviously, Broly now on this rotation, nowhere near as many links, but I mean, still dropping a 20 mil attack stat here. So that is still pretty good. Can we finish him off on this turn? He's got a lot of HP left. I mean, my Broly is 90%, but I think we should be good to finish him off here. Depends on how the friend Broly does in slot 3, I guess. Also Cooler, like, he'll help a little bit, but he'll get a couple of super attacks off in the middle. We're not fighting a Pure Saiyan or Hybrid Saiyan, so no guaranteed crits or anything like that, but I mean, Broly is putting in the work. There's no way the friend, like the other Broly in slot 3 doesn't just kill him, so... There's a Cooler. Laying the smackdown. I love STR Cooler. Like, his animations have aged so well, but obviously his EZA outdated now for the current meta, but such a great unit, which is a shame because, like, obviously with the Blue Zone now coming out and having so many bosses that are Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans, like Cooler, if he'd EZA'd now, especially with the quality of some of the EZAs we've been seeing lately, like, he would be so good for some of this current endgame content, but unfortunately, a bit aged out now, but he did a little bit of damage there in the middle, and then Broly can come in and sweep up the last little bit of Zamasu of Cell Max's HP here. Crit for good measure. And then, is this going to be the one to finish him off? 12.1. So cooler, obviously no big bad bosses on this turn, which does make a significant difference. Yeah, not quite enough for that one, but this will be the last one. So, I mean, you can see Cell Max definitely takes his time, even with a crazy damage dealing AGL unit like Broly. This man has a lot of HP, so for the 6 turns mission, we are definitely going to have to use some interesting items in the mix, like a nuking item or something. I'm not sure what the best team to do that with is going to be. The Majin Buu Saga team, considering the team that you could use to nuke Kid Buu, would probably be really good. So maybe we'll give that a try. But there you go. That is the 1 unit of each extreme type mission versus Cell Max. Definitely would recommend items for the extreme one. A no item run definitely can be done, but extreme STR is just in such a bad place at the moment with the units until we get Cell Max for the Super Bosses team. So there you go. But let me know how you guys got on with the extreme ones down below in the comments, and we will jump in for the 6 turns one here. Okay, so this is the team that I used to nuke the STR Kid Buu, although we've added in the AGL UI Goku because he has his EZA, which he didn't have before. I'm going to throw on the Goku family support memory because that's everybody on the team. So obviously the goal is to beat Cell Max within 6 turns. It all kind of depends on the starting rotations. I mean, they're not the best, but we can make do, I suppose. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump straight in. We've got the Goku family support memory. Tech Gohan obviously has damage reduction on the first turn, so I think we should be fine without having to go crazy with like items or anything here. Although, of course, the key is terrible on this turn, so I'm going to have to grab those orbs so that you can actually super. And then grab those. UI Goku gets additionals in slot 3. Now we're going to make sure we drop our 2 items. So this one gives 25% attack for 5 turns. This one gives attack and defense 20% for 3 turns. So that gives us a nice little boost here. Obviously the AGL Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku from Golden Week gets extra supers if he's in slot 2 or 3. So we should be in a good setup for him here. Unfortunately, no attack at the beginning of the turn for Gohan, because obviously he does get a nice little attack buff if he gets hit first. But ideally, we can get a few super attacks off here, potentially even the God Quad Super turn. Now, we got the additional from the Hidden Potential, though, which then triggers the passive. So we did get 3 supers. I'll take 3 supers on a normal on the first turn for sure. And then, of course, with the damage reduction that Gohan gets on slot 1, plus the extra defense from the item, as well as the stacks. Still takes 200k, but that's nothing too crazy. Everybody else on the rotation will take double-digit damage, so we don't really need to worry about that. And then, yeah, AGL Gohan can do a bit of damage. Now, the thing is with this Cell Max is his abilities change throughout the turns, as we now know, but his defense, like his stats, don't change, right? Like his defense, his damage reduction, his overall HP. So it's not like we have to wait for a specific turn if we want to try and go crazy and use the nuke strategy. But obviously I want to try and wait for a bit of a better turn. Especially if we could potentially get some AGL orbs set up ahead of time, ready for that rotation. And then, of course, a lot of it is going to come down to the RNG of whether or not the Super Easy A AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku gets additional supers or not. Because if the difference between like the damage that he will do if we get a bunch of AGL orbs with him on a turn where we use a Chilai item, the difference it will be between him doing a single super or him doing the potential 3 supers, like that amount of damage that he could end up doing will be absolutely ridiculous. Then obviously we have AGL UI. Of course, on his first turn he has guaranteed dodge, so we can use that to our advantage here as well. I don't want to break up the rotation of these guys, so realistically I'm probably just gonna have to do this. But yeah, we can't really use the orb change on this turn. I kind of need to just try and get like a bunch of 1 color orbs like clustered together, and then essentially hope that we can get the orb change to change those orbs. No 18 key super for UI is obviously not ideal, but I was gonna say watch Super Saiyan 3 Goku get like the triple super triple crit turn on this turn where we've not used. Yeah, see, there you go. If we'd used the orb change on that turn, it would have ended up essentially being a waste, so that would have been awkward. 18 mil for the friend Goku here is pretty good though. But yeah, we're on turn 2. We get additional supers by being in slot 2 or 3, so we should be looking decent here. Yeah, getting that built-in crit chance. No extra super there. Now, Goku has over 100% damage reduction on this turn because it's his first appearance and he's already supered. So we don't have to worry about taking damage from that. And then AGL UI Goku at the end here, obviously not going too crazy. Not a lot of links, didn't get 24 key, but we'll be building him up and hopefully he can pull out something a little bit special. I've got to remember to reuse the other item. One only lasts for 3 turns, so I need to make sure to reuse that on turn 4, and then we have to reuse the other one on turn 6, and that will be the final turn anyway, if we're going to beat the 6-turn mission. So, man, another turn where Gohan's not getting hit in slot 1. Super annoying. Alright, so we'll do this. Man, the orbs on these turns have been so bad, because I can do this. But then if I don't pick up the AGL orb, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is not going to super, which... I mean, I guess I could go ahead and just throw out the Whis here, but... Because if he doesn't dodge and hasn't supered, he's probably going to take a lot of damage. So I might as well grab that in case the orb changing changes the in orbs, I suppose. But... I mean, Gohan having a 10 mil, considering he didn't get hit first, just from the attacks from the previous turn, is pretty good. But... It would be nice if we could at least have one attack in slot 1 so that we can get the extra buff. Because Gohan does get a nice little buff to his attack power if he's getting hit in slot 1. And that could be the difference between... Like, if he survives on turn 6 with the tiniest sliver of health, it's stuff like that that would have made the difference, right? If Tech Gohan could have got hit in slot 1. We still got the Whis up from the last turn, so he'll be fine here. Yep, 31k. And then AGL Gohan's at 18.6. But yeah, this is where next turn we're going to go ahead and do the nuke for the Super Saiyan 3 AGL Super Easy A Goku. And that's where we really need the RNG to come in for us and him to get those additional supers. Because we didn't on the first turn, so that could have been a big waste if we'd used the items there. Now bear in mind, we're on turn 3. We've done almost a third of his HP, but we haven't used the nuking items yet. Maybe Dragon Fist Goku could end up getting an additional super. There we go, because he can hit relatively hard. Mine only has 1 dupe, and he still, like, does pretty decent numbers. Definitely can't wait for him to come back on a banner. Okay, so, what are we looking at here? This is definitely not a great turn, but, I mean, what can you do? I think what we need to do is use the item and then figure out like who's where in terms of who can get what orbs, because depending on the orb change, yeah, see, we did change the int orbs, but still not the greatest. Alright, well, let's go ahead. There's no reason to wait really, so let's fire off both the Goku active skills, because that'll do a little bit of extra damage as well. And then I think we just have to go ahead and try for this. It's only 7 orbs, which isn't crazy. And then I guess maybe do this. Again, this could be... Change the green orbs? Right, well, it didn't change the green orbs, but we got a decent amount over there, so maybe this will be okay. Friend Goku has no links active, though, so... It's going to all be down to what AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku does here in slot 1. We did get the crit. He did get an additional super, so that's a good start. Oh, we didn't get the third one. But yeah, the friend Goku at 13 point. Well, this is actually my one. I suppose maybe I should have done the orb change and then got the... Because the friend is Rainbow. The friend is in slot 3. I mean, the friend should do a decent bit of damage. It's just the fact he's got no links. And Super Saiyan 3 Goku has so many attack links. Like, you see the numbers that mine is doing, and mine only has 1 dupe. And then the friend one is Rainbow, but has no links active. So should still do okay numbers because of the AGL orbs that we picked up, but it would be significantly more if they actually had links active. Yes, he's only matching, like, my one, essentially. So... But that's okay, because we still got 1 more turn of this rotation after this. So depending on how much damage we're able to do here, We got the Gohans on the next rotation. We could be good. Right, so getting some crits as well. That's what we like to see. Keep those super attacks coming. Okay. Okay, so definitely in a good spot here. Okay, Gohan's getting hit first, which is good. We've got some active skills to use on this turn, so we can use yours to do a bit of damage as well. Nice. Then go ahead and use yours. Alright, and then what's Gohan's defense? It's 1.38 million. So if we transform with him, we're at 1.99 mil. God damn. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Grab those. Save the orbs for UI because Gohan's already at 24 key. Grab those. And then here we go. So Gohan's going to get hit with a super straight away. He's got 2 million defense and 40% damage reduction. So obviously he takes double digit damage. Gets the permanent attack buff. He's at 19 mil. I think we're basically guaranteed the W here, right? Because we've still got one more turn with the Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku and AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So if we don't kill him on this rotation, which I'd be kind of surprised, if we don't kill him on this rotation, I feel like there's no way he survives the next turn. So yeah, Gohan getting the triple super turn here up to 20.8 in terms of his attack. Yeah, AGL Gohan should have no problem finishing off Cell Max here. 28.5 mil for this AGL Gohan. I mean, obviously, we have all the attack up items active and everything, but still. Like, the attack up items, obviously, this is... I don't know if there's any teams that could do the 6-turn mission without using attack up items and stuff. If you have managed to do it, or you've seen anyone do it, let me know, like, what the team was, but I imagine that that would be incredibly difficult, but... There you go, that's the clear on turn 5 with the Buu Saga team. Definitely a little bit of luck needed, especially when it comes to like additionals from the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, how well the orb change goes with the Chi-Light items. But yeah, there you go, turn 5 we managed to beat Cell Max. So that is all the missions done for the stage 2 of Cell Max in this video. Let me know how you guys got on. What team builds did you use for all of the different missions? Let us know your experiences with stage 2 of this event down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out all the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.